Greetings from the APBA Football Club here with an after-action report about the inaugural Digital to Dice Con, May 17th and 18th in lovely Preston, Connecticut. An absolute masterwork. Kudos to Dave Gardner and Michael Canestrari for putting together an absolute masterpiece, fully formed right out of the gate. I know you saw the reports and the live streaming and all the congratulatory remarks. I'll add my 2 cents here and say it's an absolute lifetime memory this weekend. Met a lot of folks I've never met in person. We talked a lot of games, just wall-to-wall entertainment. It felt kind of like a summer camp environment. And again, that's thanks to Dave and Michael and everyone who contributed. Ray Barrett brought up Philly pretzels. Everyone brought something to the table. Swag bag, the raffle, you name it. Every detail was taken care of. The hotel was superb. You just can't imagine how wonderful it was. And you shouldn't have to imagine. You should be marking your calendars right now to take part in next year's event. I can easily see this event doubling. Get your commitment in now. Negotiate with your spouse and family, your significant others. Make sure you put this on your radar. It is instantly one of the most important events in the hobby. This could easily rival the attendance figures of the original APBA conventions and Stratomatic gatherings from years and years ago. It's a superb location. The hotel, as I say, is fantastic. Dave and Michael made sure to get a room that is right off the lobby for Friday night initial gaming before moving to the big room on the other side of the lobby. We were honored to be a part of this event in our small way, bringing some vintage APBA games per Dave's request. He generously gifted us his copy of Kickoff, thrilling football game dating back to 1941. So in the fashion of Pete Simonelli, who is the custodian of one of the original national pastime games, we will say that we are a custodian of this game for the community, and we will certainly bring this to Canton August 23rd and 24th this year. So without further ado, here are some highlights of the weekend that was in Preston, Connecticut.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Digital to Dice Con 25. I want to thank everybody for showing up. 9 months ago, I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Ohio at Jefferson, and it was one of the funnest weekends of my life. Gaming, playing. It was my first tabletop sports convention. It was right up there with all the Tom Brady Super Bowls. It really was. Okay?
Don't make me unplug.
Anyway, before we even left the event, I looked at Mike, because we had a 10-hour ride home, and I says, Mike, we have to do this on the East Coast. I don't want to wait a year to do this again. And so we ran it by Keith and ST, and they said, that's a great idea. What can I do to help? And so it took months of planning, and we finally come up with a time and a place, and we announced what we were going to do, and almost instantly, all you here started buying tickets, and like, boy, we might be able to do this. And then a lot of the people you see here at tables contacted us and said, we want to be part of this. And so this went from what was supposed to be an open gaming event to a full-fledged convention now, is what it was. And so again, I thank everybody for all that. Today what's going to be really fun is we have some new games that are going to be showing off today. And I'm not going to say what they are. I will let the people come up and tell you what those games are. But yeah, that's how much fun we're going to have. Not only are we going to game, we're going to learn some new games today. So again, feel free to visit everybody at the tables. Play your own game. It's wide open. We're going to have some fun today. We were able to keep the price where it was because we had so many sign-ups. And I think it was, 5 weeks ago, we had some people sign up, and we finally were able to pay for the room. Yeah. And that was like, wow, now it's full steam ahead, and it was a big weight off our shoulders that we did get the room paid for and the whole bit. I do want to acknowledge that there were a handful of people, more than a handful of people, that bought tickets and told me they weren't coming, but they wanted to support the event. So I want to shout out to those people there who did that to make this happen. So, thank you to those people there, okay? I want to thank Ray down the back. Ray did all the lanyards and all the signs. Thank you so much, Ray. I do apologize for my short emails, but ST will attest to the fact that I write very short emails. And I don't mean to, but sometimes I just I write short emails. Anyway, I'm hoping to get to talk to everyone if I haven't talked to you already, and just sit down and say hi, maybe play some games. I do have my my workstation set up over here, so I am broadcasting live right now. I'm gonna go live throughout the weekend, but we can sit, we can chat about games, maybe play some games, maybe get some interviews going. So feel free to stop by. I'm kind of hoping to talk to everybody here at some point. And I want to get your feedback too on the convention itself, and obviously the podcast as well, because that's what we're here for, the game. So I want to know, you guys are the ones showing up and listening, so I want to get everybody's feedback if I could. I am going to turn this over to Michael in just a minute. He's going to fill you in on what we're going to do for food and raffles. And Jeff, I need a big favor from you.
Yes, sir.
Can you keep an eye on the door and make sure we don't have any Pro Football Hall of Fame players coming in?
Yes, sir.
So anybody in a gold jacket, you know what to do, right? All right.
We'll keep
The inside joke there was in Ohio in August. Fred Biletnikoff walked in on our gaming event, so we want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
No outsiders.
Especially if it's Tom Brady.
Alrighty, so I'm going to turn it over to Michael here, and then after that, I'd like everybody who's at a table showing off something just to come up, introduce yourself, tell us where you are and what you're showing off. We'll start here with Jeff and work our way down the line, and then we'll start over here on the right side and work our way down, and then after that, we're going to be playing some games. Before I turn over to Michael, he is the heart and soul of this event. He did all the work. He's down here, he visited all the hotels, he found this place, he talked to the manager. Without Michael, this doesn't happen. And I want to let everybody know that, okay? So, I know it's a digitalized, con, but again, without him, it doesn't happen. I could not do all this myself. So, anyway, without further ado, Michael Canestrari.
First of all, I just want to thank everybody for coming. You say without me, it wouldn't have been done, but basically, without you guys, this never would have happened. And this crowd is beyond what I thought we would have for our initial convention. So really, really, thanks guys for supporting this. What we're gonna do, we've got pizza coming in. I'll go over about 12:30 to pick that up. We're asking if you can contribute to the cost of the pizza, maybe $10 or whatever it is. We'd appreciate that. Not sure where I'm going to have that set up there. Sheet pizzas. We also have a special event for the pizza. As you know, there is a certain individual here that likes Hawaiian pizza. So I did get a Hawaiian pizza. There are 24 slices.
Oh gosh, that won't be enough.
But that won't be. The neat thing is, should you sit down with Dave and have one of those slices, you're going to get an extra 2 raffle tickets for the raffle. I'm even going to try it. I mean, I like pineapple.
You have to eat the whole slice to get the raffle.
Exactly. So that takes care of the food. There is a cooler over there with water, Coke, and Sprite at this time. As far as the raffle, that will be set up over in the corner. You have 12 tickets in your swag bag. So write your name on the back of those tickets. What you can do is whatever prize or gift that you want, you can put all your tickets in one box, or you can spread them out. Those will be set up in the corner. I want to thank all the vendors who donated their games for the raffle. I think we've got some really cool games over there. I think you'll be excited about that.
Season ticket baseball and season ticket football, both of which Dave has done an incredible job of both talking about and enjoying somewhat on the channel.
Testing it too.
And I think season ticket football in its current form wouldn't exist without you and Ron giving specific feedback. So that's awesome. I got a couple of weird prototypes I'm playing around with. I have a 2-person football card game that I kickstarted 10 years ago, and I'm just happy to talk about the stuff I'm working on. And I might go get my laptop and have maybe baseball mobile and stuff around so people can just sort of see the entire universe. But I'm happy to play, especially teach people a game and enjoy it with people. So, everyone down.
You Clay's right over here.
You might know me as Mike in the truck off of YouTube. I have a couple things on display. I have the just released beta of Pro Strategy Football 2026. I do have permission from Kerry Batts, the programmer, to put it on display. It doesn't come with any kind of mods or anything, but I did get permission from Lee Biner, who made some mods, so I've got a mod installed there, so you could take a look at it and ask questions if you'd like. I also made a card and dice game called Family Football. It's just free, download, print, and go. I just made it like it's a gateway kind of thing. That's on display over there, along with the fun add-on Ref Ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So if you get a chance, swing on by.
All right.
My name is Ray. I am not a developer, and I appreciate everybody that is. Thank you. And for our collective pusher, Mr. Gardner, that's why we're all here, and I'm going to be buying a lot of stuff from you guys, so I'll see you later. I'm here to represent John Kay, who does shootout hockey. He gave me permission to show his game, so I have the game in the back. If you'd like to learn it, he has some information for the seasons he has available, etc., how to order. So, love to see you guys later today. Thanks, let's have a great weekend.
Keith Avalon, Play Games. Nice to see everybody here. Seen a lot of people for multiple times. I brought second season. Going to be playing with Vinny. We're playing the World Football League, hence the jersey. And then I've got Hockey Blast with Steve Tower in the afternoon. We're going to also have a couple other games that I have in development. The fishing game, which is coming out at the convention. I brought along a copy of that. And you're welcome to watch and dive in as you like. And it's good to see everybody.
Hi, my name is Mike Ignatoski. I'm the creator and programmer of the Green Fox Baseball Score Sheet Stat Tracker program. And I'm happy to say that I'll also be demoing and demonstrating a new spreadsheet for hockey games that was partly inspired by Dave. When I asked him to check out my baseball, he's like, yeah, that looks great, but how about a hockey one? So I appreciate the nudge, Dave. So anyway, I'll be in the corner. Feel free to stop by, and I'm happy to show you either one. Thanks.
OH. That's a better response than I thought I was going to get. My name is John Turnbull from Powder Blue Sports. Here with and my wife Dorothy are here. I created Drive Time Football back in October, released Baseline Basketball in March, and today I am unveiling Red Ice Hockey. And for Dave and Mike, you have a complimentary box set, and you get to pick your own season. You come over later on and pick the season out that you want. There's yours, and there's yours. So come on by, and we'll show you the game. So, and it's great to see and put faces to names from Facebook and YouTube. So,
All right. Do you want to take us
So much, a brand new game over here. Go check out the new hockey game. All right, who's this guy lumbering up here? Another new guy.
Hi everyone, I'm James Cast from the Tabletop Sportcast, and there you go. See? Now you got a face to the name. And I will be just kind of showing off some games. I am working on a horse racing game, so that's one of the things that I'll be kind of showcasing a little bit. And then I got a bunch of freebies of stuff that I'm going to give away, just card sets and things that I'm no longer using. So if you want to stop by and see what I got, feel free to take something for free.
Who's this dapper young man?
S.T. Patrick, Sports Magazine, Matchup College Football. We're playing a little bit of Matchup College Football over here. I want to thank Dave and Mike for setting this up, and everyone else who has helped out in any way. But I know what this is like to set one of these up. A few of us know what this is like to set one of these up. And really, this doesn't happen without all of you. We all know it's a sacrifice monetarily. Being away from home, being away from work, being away from the kids, being away from the spouses, all of this. It is a sacrifice. I know it takes an effort because how many people do you see saying, oh, I'd love to go, but ... So for you to actually be here and to say, no, I am going, is a big deal. And don't think that we all don't know that. And know what it takes to be here, and I want to thank everyone for being here.
How you doing, guys? My name is Ian Brook. I'm with On Deck Baseball. This is my first conference ever, so I'm really excited to show off the game to you guys. I want to thank Dave and Mike for putting this on. This has started out for a hobby for me. To actually have a table is really exciting. So we're going to have some games going. Steve Tower's going to be involved in some games, so feel free to come by, say hi, check out the game, ask questions. We're here for it. And I'm really excited to be here.
We can't kick off an event without this.
All right.
Steve Tower.
Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Red Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes till we're out at the old ball game.
Steve Tower. All right, game on.
The inaugural Digital to Dice Con 2025 looks like an instant hit from where we sit. Oh, Joseph, you're on camera. How excited are we for this event, huh?
So excited. The anticipation. Anthony, when this first came out, Anthony Jacoby,
Yeah.
I was like saying, oh, this is like October. And it's like, we got months. We got to calm down. It's like, nah. I never been to one. I love this hobby. And it's so great just to put faces now. You know, because we have a hidden relationship, you know, where we don't really know each other, but we know each other.
Exactly. And you're doing incredible work on Staten Island.
Thank you.
Incredible.
I always try to keep the hobby going because, as we know, our age group,
Sure.
cards and dice with the young ones today. I just got my nephew actually into Stratomatic.
That's awesome.
I said to him, because he was a big video, I says, you're going to sit down with me. I says, and he loved it. So I bought him a set for good, and now he's hooked.
Brilliant. Joe Card's doing the job, doing the work for the hobby. Love it. Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Signing the inaugural Digital to Dice Con placard, or we were here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Ray. Charles Gustafson has a nice present for you APBA folks. What is this, Charles?
So these are my original baseball and football charts from back in the mid-'80s.
Oh, man.
We got a sacrifice booklet here. They're definitely well loved. But if we can give back to the APBA community for what they did for me growing up, then that is absolutely what I would love to do.
Thank you, sir, so much. And, you know, these really will come in handy. I just was just looking at an auction where somebody found a game and they said, oh, the sack booklet is all eaten up. So there you go. If I get that, we can get that somewhere. When did you start playing APBA?
85, 86, somewhere around there.
Starting baseball, yeah?
Baseball was the first one, then I went to football not that long afterwards.
Awesome.
A friend of mine that tried basketball when we didn't go well. But yeah, hockey is still in my house. I still enjoy the hockey games.
Nice.
So yeah, no, APBA is great.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Charles. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
There are just so many people to thank. Dave, of course, for walking us through a bunch of games on Friday night. We played Fuse, a bomb defusing cooperative cards and dice game with an app that kind of trash talks you. Then we played some straightaway with this really cool car selection and order of play device that looks like a transparent lollipop with a little kind of tube at the bottom where you shake it, you align the balls that correspond to the colors of the 6 cars on the track, then you roll from the bottom ball to the top ball. Just simple mechanism, really cool. And then we played Bandito, which is a card game where you're all trying to stop a prisoner from escaping a jail. And then Derek Jones sat down with me and played some NHL Icebreaker, and Brian Martin's really cool game, Shot Rock Curling, which is available through ASG's website, George Gurney. It's under the Hot Stove brand. And then right into the action on Saturday morning. These things go so fast, You think you'll have time to sit with everyone, and you really have to either target your desired games and demonstrators early on, or, I already hear that there's going to be talk of expanding this to a third day. Saw Dave post about it, so that would easily be occupied. Getting into the demos for APBA, Mr. Arnold Hunter sat down. We did a little Super Bowl 14, the original 79 set, his Steelers, my Rams. We ultimately came out to a 7-2 Rams lead after a quarter. Steelers scored a safety. A young gentleman named Skylar then sat down with me, and we walked through some vintage golf with the 62 all-time set, his Jack Nicklaus and my Mr. Reagan from Daytona Beach, I believe. We played a couple holes. The first one was a real monster, but Skylar was very patient. Thank you so much. And really just captured that APBA magic and captured that gaming magic of, two folks learning the rules. And we ended up tied, par on one hole, +1 stroke in the other hole. And then we moved over to a horse race. We did a 9-furlong race with Susan's Girl versus Stained Glass. Skylar won that one by a good length, I believe it was. So really cool there. And then, of course, Ryan Strauss. Love Ryan. He's supports all the games and all the events. And he came out, hadn't seen him in at least a year. And he came out and showed, really walked me through APBA Soccer, which I've seen numerous times, but we worked it with the 2010 World Cup set and the original book from, say, 2010, the very limited print, small box. It's a much different game now, and the bigger box, all that good stuff. George Caldas showed up. We caught up with him at Canton, and so I hadn't seen him in a while either. James Kenny and Anthony Jacoby hadn't seen each other in years, and Anthony sat down and we had a nice discussion. I was able to get in a little bit of a viewing of the 1961 project with On Deck Baseball. Ian Brook and Gary Smith were playing White Sox and Yankees, so really cool. Of course, ST walked through Matchup Football, which is an amazing game. One of the most well thought out games. I mean, all the games are absolutely impressive to me. Every mechanism. In the raffle, I even won a copy of a good old History Maker Baseball. I'm super excited to try that. 1969 season. I mean, we're in Mets country here. Don't say that to the Yankees fans. Keith Avalone, play games. The big three, APBA, Strat, play, as far as I'm concerned. And it was great to catch up with ST. We had a little chat over dinner, and I really was sorry I couldn't make it out to IndyCon, which is yet another big dog in the pack. That will get bigger and bigger for sure. And we'll see everyone in Canton coming up next. Meanwhile, all the APBA tournaments are going on. Stratomatic was just here in New York City at the a Mets get-together. We'll also be looking to return to Cooperstown the first or second week of October. We did it on April 1st, 2023. We did it the April weekend, April 6th and 7th, I think, in 2024. This year, we'll move it upstairs. We'll probably go back to a one-day event. Just change that to open format as well. Still in honor of Ed Zach. Trying to get the next step of, we know each other in the community. We really are trying to still push these games out to all the fans of sports who don't know them. So that's always been the mission. Folks have caught up to social media, and now there's a proliferation of pages and content creators and pundits and experts and commentators. So, we've built a relationship with the PFRA, and they'll be doing hopefully a live podcast out of Canton. And I'll probably contact a couple sports writers in Canton and Akron and see if we can't get even a standalone photo of the event, and try to work up another surprise or two for Canton. So the spring and summer tabletop sports gaming event schedule is already in full swing. The momentum's only going to build, and it's just great to be a small part of that. So do what you can to secure your spot for next year. I and others would be happy to help you build an itinerary if you'd like to spend a longer week. And certainly the Connecticut area is a great place to spend a week out at IndyCon. Great place to spend the week. Lots of great satellite trips that you can take. It's worth it to really immerse yourself in this hobby in a way that it's really hard to imagine if you're mostly a solitaire player like I am. Once you're in the room with all your folks, a new world opens up. So I can't wait to see more of you out there in the coming weeks, months, years. Thank you as always for your support, and if you ever have any questions, feel free to email us at applefootballcluboriginal@gmail.com, and keep rolling.